Hello, 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 everybody. Welcome to a special Saturday afternoon session where I'm coming back on to finish out the free readings. Well, to complete them. I didn't even start them because I had donations right up until the end. So thank you guys again. I know I sound like a broken record. That's what's been going mostly for the last couple of weeks, but I'm so grateful. It's how I earn my living and how I'm able to offer all the free things I do. So big shout out to all my monthly YouTube channel members, all those that make donations, and all of those that purchase my services of all the things that are listed in the description box down below. So thank you guys, and thank you for your patience in getting to these readings. There's no chat in this session because I'm not taking any new requests for this one, but I will be back in 2 hours and 15 minutes. So I will be back tonight and then also tomorrow morning at 11 a.m. Mountain Time if you are looking for a free reading or a new reading. Yeah, I think that's it. After I'm done, I will post a comment listing the order in which all of the readings were completed, so you're able to find your reading more easily. All right, so let's jump in here, get these cards going. We are continuing to use this beautiful Circle of Life Tarot, and I did have one donation came in last minute, so thank you, Brenda, for your patience. So Brenda Tejada, you are up first, and then we'll begin the free reading. So, and thank you as always for your unicorn sticker. I love them. All right. So Brenda, you wanted general in love for today. What's coming towards you? Let's take a look here. What does Spirit want you to know around love today? What's coming in for love for you today? All right, that one. What else? Okay, and that one, and then this one. It's number 4, and I do want that one. Whoa, number 5. All right. So let's see here. What do we got on the bottom of the deck? Yeah, you got the King of Swords coming in, the ruler over thinking and mind and reflection and clarity of mind. And they're also the master of it because, they all the kings get a second portion of air. So not only does he rule over air, he's a master because he gets both of those. And in addition to that, you also have the Knight of Swords, which is movement of thought and belief and mindset coming in here. And underneath that, this is all on the bottom of the deck. You've got the Hanged Man, which of course is seeing things from a higher perspective in this cocoon type of energy. So it feels like it's a day of reflecting, maybe journaling, just understanding what fears you became aware of that you have inside towards a relationship and towards love. I feel like it's a big reflective day with those cards. We'll see what else we have here. You have 5 cards that came out. Let's see what we have. Okay. 7 of Swords, which is you becoming aware of your own thoughts and beliefs and mindsets that had thieved from you, stolen from you, deceived you even. So, all this question, it makes total sense with all those swords under the bottom of the deck too. You're just becoming aware of, okay, what are these old beliefs of supposed tos, have tos, must, shoulds that trigger and make me, feel the lower vibrational emotions like anger and resentment and revenge and all those juicy ones that we all get to feel. What's down there? What's this belief, these triggers about the stories, right? Thinking is all about every moment we have a choice of the story we put to a situation that's happening in the outside world. So because you're talking about love, it's this energy of realizing I'm the one that puts the story on what's coming forward here, right? And sometimes it doesn't feel like a choice because we're given so much, all of the 7 of Swords, all of these things are poured into our head. And, it's what projects, right? It's like you never have one of those old projectors where you put the little round thing of pictures and go, you just see through it. That's what they're showing me here is the projection. These thoughts are put in and that's what we see until we start to question, is that the story I want to put to this? I know it's what I've been told and I've been believing all this time, but this is the deceptive thoughts that we're questioning and clarity coming in, right? Yeah, and the Five of Pentacles, these beliefs around lack, about abandonment, being left behind, being left out in the cold. A lot of these things that comes in, usually when we're 7 years old and younger, that we, develop this, what is our worth and what is our rate of exchange? I think we've talked about the Six of Pentacles before. I have a playlist. The Take 10 was on episode 5. The playlist is at the very top of my page if you go to it in YouTube. But episode 5 talks about there's this out of balance, feeling like we have to give so much to deserve so little. And even though consciously it's like, no, I deserve, more than I give, or at least equal, right? But down underneath in the subconscious, that's where the little child self is going, no, 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 you don't deserve this. And so it will bring up these beliefs, it will put up force fields, it will, you know, kind of self-sabotage sometimes. So sorry, excuse me. So, you do have this energy coming in here, right? And then like the Hanged Man, you got the Temperance card, which is all about going back and forth and having patience, taking the time to review these things and really look at them, right? So this is reinforced that it's a time for yourself and not to worry about other people contacting you or meeting someone new or anything like that. It's like, okay, what did I learn from this? Because if I'm not learning, then I'm just going to be repeating the same things. And so reflection is an important part of the process here for you. Yeah. You have the Ace of Wands. So this is a new spark that is within you here. And in this case, let's see what this other card is here. Yeah, Four of Pentacles. So the Four of Pentacles is a card of home, like four walls, and so I do feel like there's this spark of I almost feel like I'm so sorry. I ate, now I'm all phlegmy. I do apologize, but I wonder if you I have a friend of mine, and that's who they're reminding me in bringing this forward is when they get upset, they clean. It's like that's how they direct it. They're just so, and one was one of my roommates once, and so when I would, you know, come into the main living area and, scrubbing and doing all this stuff, and I'm like, "What happened?" So, and it could be that there's a spark for you just to take care of home, take care of you, and this spark of looking at your power, right? The Ace of Wands does tell you also, of course, whatever you focus on is what grows and expands. So, amongst all the stuff of what you learned and what fears you're recognizing, also, I feel like journaling the things that you loved about this relationship and other relationships too. Because if we focus too much on our fears, we expand them and grow them. So we kind of want to, yeah, we want to look at these fears to transform them, but we spend 80% of our time focusing on what we're grateful for, right? So I feel like today is just a huge day of reflection regarding love for you. I don't see any communication, any togetherness that's in here, at least based on current energies. So that's what's coming in, Brenda. Hang in there, my dear. You, of course, know you're going to be fine. You're like, I know, but it just sucks sometimes. And I know. So hang in there. All right. Many blessings. And again, thank you for your donation. I really appreciate that. All right, so let's jump in and we're going to take a look here at the free readings. So, first up for the free readings was Minihil. So, Minihil, you want to know about your future spouse a little bit? You're welcome. Let's take a look here. What does Spirit want you to know? All right, let me just shuffle. Shuffle, shuffle. All right. All right, they're going to do single card readings for this session, they tell me. So I'm getting the entire deck prepared for the order in which Spirit knows all this is coming in. So we got 1, 2, 3. And we're going to put that one here, and that one here, and that one here. All right. So here we go. So mini heal, what they want you to know here. Yeah, the Four of Cups. I like this energy that comes in here because the Four of Cups tells us that it's interesting how they interpret it here. But oh yeah, so you can even see that three of these are different color. The one up here is the your future spouse. These other ones that you've experienced here, not that they're broken, but there is a broken one, and the ones are other ones are empty. And I don't know if you've had three kind of loves or interests, but by the time you have your spouse. By the time you meet your spouse, you'll have these three relationships, even if they're just interests that they poop out, but you've learned through each one of them. And this is what this fourth cup is: emotional stability. And when you meet them, you're just like, wow, this it's funny that the other three kind of represent emotional instability. And you're just like, whoa, where are all the good, partners out there? And you're just like, I mean, I wait long enough and I see crazy. What's going on? Not crazy in a psychological way, just they act like way, way off, right? But with this one, with your husband, when you meet them, you appreciate the stability that they have because of the instability you've experienced. And so if you had met them first, you wouldn't um, think of them as, oh, okay, well, you're what I expect, right? But now that you've experienced the un ones, you are like, I'm so appreciative of you. And they're like, well, this is normal. And you're like, no, it's not. So I like that for you, Minihil. Someone very emotionally available, emotionally stable, very balanced. And I like that for you. Right. So that's what they have for you. So many blessings. And then Day Sturgis, you're up next. So you wanted a general reading, and for you, you have this is the King of Cups. So the King of Cups represents a wonderful, wonderful, compatible partner that's headed your way. It's someone that is both, balanced between head and heart. Someone who can communicate their feelings, that's available emotionally, can express it. Um, but is also intelligent, can have conversations, clarity of mind. So when it's one of my cards of like, it would be like the perfect partner. It's so much. It doesn't mean that it's all. I was gonna say Guns and Roses. That's the name of a group. It's not all. What do they call it? Something in roses. All whatever and roses, right? But it's it's, so compatible that, it just feels very balanced, and it's like, wow. Again, kind of this energy, a little bit of mini heal too, of just it's a balanced individual where they're not like extreme one and extreme another. They're just like well-rounded, and it just feels so peaceful, and anything that comes up, they can communicate, and that's the other thing with the ace, with, them having the swords. All the kings get their own suit cups, and then in this case, and then all kings get, swords too, which is communication and clarity of mind, so they can communicate. They can share their emotions. They're not like, "Rah!" They, "Okay, we have a disagreement, let's talk through it. Where are you coming from? Let's understand." It's like, "What? Communication?" I like it. So that's what they have for you, Day Sturgis, so many blessings to you. And then Kritika Sayani, will Anavesh and you get married with your family blessings in 2024? You know, you have the Seven of Cups here. There's a lot of mixed emotions that come up with this here. And so, you know, I do feel that, there will be a lot of the family blessings. I feel like there's still, with the Seven of Cups, it's like, okay, there's like a cup. There might be someone that's a bit, um, you know, not so blessy, but it's because they're not, it's because of where they are at emotionally. Like no one can make them happy. Not, for marriage or whatever, but just anything. They're just like, "You bitter old you bitter old queen, what are you doing?" That's what your spirit guides are saying. It's like, wow. So what I feel though with all of that is, for the most part, you get all the family blessings, but this one holdout, they don't it doesn't stop things because it's it's everyone knows that they're just in a perpetual lower vibrational, you know, hissing cat mode, and they're just like, yeah, yeah, yeah. It they're like, in fact, they're like, well, they're not as hissy towards you as they are normally others, so we're gonna take that as a positive. So, you might know who that is already, but that's what's coming in. It feels very positive there, with that, there. Yeah, because I wanted a clarifier. I got the 2 of Cups here, so that is the joining together. So, I like that. So, if there was any doubt, that clarified it, right? All right, I like that for you, Kritika. So many blessings to you. And then Day Baby 777, you want to know whatever comes out here. And you have the Page of Wands. Look at this interesting card here. So the Page of Wands does talk about upgrades. It does talk about new energy entering your life. I love this for you because I feel like, there's been some churning like deep within you, and I don't know if you've been feeling off a little bit, energetically, right? You just feel like what something's changing. It's like from what was it? Wicked, the movie. There's a song, "Something's changed within me. Something's not the same." That's what they're playing in my ear. Is all right. Something is changing within you. Something's not the same, but it's powerful. You're having this. This is That's when her magic came forward, I believe, in the movie, actually. So it does feel like there's this movement forward, this expansiveness of your gift that's coming here, and they just want you to know that, yeah, some of this that feels off, it's because things are expanding, things are changing, things are altering to allow this greater amount of spiritual energy to ignite, expanding the gifts you have, but I feel like it's igniting a new one coming in here. Let me see. Yeah, you got the Knight of Coins. The gift of patience. Hell no, I don't want that. This is the outside world, movement of the outside world. So I don't know if you've been wanting to get into kind of qigong, reiki, any kind of, or your own, creating your own energy processes. I feel like that's going to be expanding for you. So I like that for you, Day Baby. That's for you. Many blessings. And then Crystal's Day. You want message from your mom? Absolutely. For that, I am going to go to here, Talking to Heaven deck by James Von Prague. So let's take a look here and see what Mama wants you to know right now. I used to call my mom Mamacita when we lived in Texas, and then when she moved to Idaho, because it's known for Idaho potatoes, I started calling her Matato. I don't know why that's important. Do you have a special nickname with her? I feel like that's why she wanted me to share that. I love it. It's not your fault. Whoops. There we go. It's not your fault. Let's see what this brings in here for you. Please do me a really big favor. Stop beating yourself up, thinking that you caused my death or were in some way responsible for it. You were not. It's so hard from the earthly level to understand the spiritual elements of life. No matter what you think you could have done or should have done, I would have left anyway. I am releasing you of any responsibility for my leaving. Please let go of any guilt. It will make us both feel better. The universe is perfect in its makeup, and what we think is a coincidence is just God's way of remaining anonymous. Trust me, be kind to yourself, knowing that what I share with you is true. Wow. I love that for you. So if you had any guilt about her passing or any concerns, if there's anything that you could have done to catch things earlier or whatever it may be, um, just know that no, she's releasing you going, "Let it go, chick." So she's so funny. I love it. So just know she's with you always, and obviously she was with you the moment she stepped out of her body, as well as every single other loved one, all at the same time, and she doesn't have to share her attention with anyone else. The ability we have to be in so many places all at the same time and aware, we're not limited like we are human in our human body. So they're like, no, I'm with you, like I'm walking just with you. So just know, when you talk to her, she hears you. She'd like you to talk to her more if you want. She's there listening always, never sleeps. So she's like, kind of bored, talk to me. She's so funny. I love her personality. At least now, she's got a very feisty personality. So that's what's coming in, Crystal Day. So many blessings for you. And then Doll Face Diva, you wanted a general for the week. And you have the Ace of Swords. So you do have some clarity that's coming in here this next week that is giving you some guidance on some just outstanding issues, ideas. If you're trying to figure things out, try to ask the question and then don't seek the answers in your brain. Allow the answers to come in your heart and just kind of open up and just go, all right, I need a solution on this, and just try to um, expect an answer. Um, and then it will come. Don't search inside of you for the answer. Ask it from outside and the answer will come. I like that. So, I love this new communication coming in too with this Ace of Swords, they're saying, and that it's, well, you get an expected phone call and you get an unexpected phone call or communication. Phone call is, there's so many different ways we hear email, texting, all that kind of stuff, but we get one expected communication, one unexpected communication. And they're all fine. There's nothing like scary about any of them at all there too. I like this new ideas that are coming for you too this week. So as you get answers to things, you also get new ideas that are triggering within you. And so follow those, write them down if you don't follow them, because you'll end up coming back to them. So any ideas that are coming, make sure you capture them, is what I feel. Right? So that's what they have for you, Doll Face Diva. So many blessings to you. All right. And then Hot Sun. So, what are Matt's feelings and next actions in the bottom of the deck? All right. So, next actions and feelings, you got the, well, Knight of Wands. Passion, passion, passion are their feelings. So, there's definitely attraction there. And their next action should be coming fast here because this is fast energy and fast movement there. The bottom of the deck for everyone is the King of Swords. So there's a, are they a big thinker? Think, 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 think. Caught up in their head. But I feel like there's something sparking them into some action here. So with the King of Swords on the bottom, since that's also the master of communication, I feel like there will be action communication wise. And there's some little energetic and physical attraction. Not a little either with the Knight of Wands that's here. I just don't know. I just don't feel like they are huge in the emotion department at this time in their life. I just feel like they don't have a huge self love, so they don't have a whole lot of love to give readily. They start off with passion because that is what they is safe because they could always get more passion anywhere. That's funny. It's true though. But love, it's hard. It hurts deep and it's hard to replace. So they're very slow in that area. Passion fast, emotion slow. That's your message. Yay. That's what you wanted to hear, right? No. But that's what's coming in with these cards right now, Hot Sun. So That's what they got. Many blessings to you. And then Happy Pill, you wanted messages from your future self. We got the Sun card coming in. So your future self says, there's a lot of brightness, a lot of light being shown into your life. And if you'll do some inner reflection, this is Leo energy, child self like reflection, that there is some clarity that comes, some things you transform with this light being shown bright into there, and it does bring abundance. So they're telling you here it's really worth the effort if you put in the time and the energy into paying attention to your inner child, going, have a play date with your inner child, do some reflection. We're reading an amazing book. If you want any kind of guidance, we have The Presence Process by Michael Brown. It's really great about connecting with your inner child and transforming some of these charged emotions that they're holding. They're like, they got all the, they have like this armful of hot potatoes, like, "I'm holding all these hot potatoes, can't you help me?" It's your inner child, and yeah, with the sun, "They're burning me up, can't you take these from me?" And so this is your future self going, "It's well worth it," because, as you transform those charged emotions, the inner child who's in charge of our subconscious, they rule a great portion of it. They also have the force fields that keep things away, a lot of subconscious stuff that they do to make themselves feel safe. And so when you transform these things and move those things, then you'd have this great abundance that can come in. So well worth it if you do that. So that's what they have for you, Happy Pill. So many blessings to you. And then Julie, you want a May reading for you. All right. So you've got the High Priestess coming in here. So May is going to be a really reflective time, possibly stepping away a lot. She steps away into her high priestess temple, connects with spirit, looks behind the veil, dives deep into her emotions, really brings a lot of unknown things to the surface. So May is a month of enlightenment, of truths, capital T truths, replacing small t truths and small t truths being found out for the lies that they are. Things that you have been said, things that you had felt, you're transforming. So, a big transformative month. And on Monday, I'll be having my May readings come out for each individual zodiac sign. So, be on the lookout for that because I also give a forecast of all the energies of the month, astrologically, the main ones that Spirit wanted me to focus in on. And then an in depth reading too, where we get the overall energy for May, and then we look at the four suits of the minor arcana. So we look at what are the four suits? We look at the energy for the month. We look at the physical adventure for the month, the mental adventure, and the emotional adventure. So we look at all four of those too. So be sure to keep a lookout for those. Right. So that's the main thing they want you to know here is that it is a big reflective month and to take the time to do that because it's like your stars are aligned where it helps you really do that inner reflection. All right. So that's what they have for you, Julie. And then Swaroot Bobby, you'd like a love reading. And you have the Four of Wands. So here's joy, celebration, gathering. It's the marriage card too, but I don't feel like it's like, hey, guess what? You're getting married tomorrow. I feel like you're going to be invited to a celebration, to a gathering, possibly a wedding. And whatever this celebration is, if you can uh, go, go. Do not resist. It's very important for you to attend it for many reasons. One of which I do feel like you meet someone there that really sparks an interest between the two of you. But I feel like you also connect with some other people that are important for you to connect with, friends, family, maybe. Um, and then you meet a love interest there too. So there you go, Swaroop. Accept that invitation. I know parties, gatherings, a lot of people. Blah. I'm an introvert. I'm like, "Ugh, can I just go one on one out to dinner with you? You and your new spouse. I'll just take you guys out to dinner later. I don't need to go to your wedding. You won't even know if I'm there or not. There's so many people, right? But in this one, it's important for you to go. All right. So many blessings to you, Swaroop. That's what they have. And then Daisy, hello, hello. So you have a new type of question. What? Does anyone have a crush um, that you know of? Anybody that you know? Curious college student wants to know. You're so funny. Let's take a look here. I don't think so right now. You have the Nine of Pentacles, and the Nine of Pentacles is about being alone with spirit in the garden. They're not it's a hermit's journey, the nine, and pentacles being the outside world. It's like you to yourself here. I don't feel like there's anyone that has a crush, like a secret crush, secret admirer on that hasn't. It's not. There's no secret. I feel like anyone that has any has already shared it with you at one point, but there's not anyone new that's crushing right now with that card coming in. Just pay attention to your studies, young lady. I'm just kidding. Do what you want. I know you only have a couple weeks left, so yeah, save it until then. But that's what they have. so so hang in there, Daisy. Enjoy. Many blessings. Right. And then great quartz, you want to know more about the person that's coming in. Well, you got the 10 of cups. So, the 10 of cups is, there's this progression that happens. The Nine of Cups is wish fulfillment, but there's also the Nine of Cups piece of the hermit's journey where we find our self love inside. We fill up and then it overflows. I feel like they have a great amount of self love to where, the ability to give and receive love is expanded. So, if we have low self esteem, low self love, the little pipeline is like that. And there's not a whole lot that, no matter how much love they want to give you, it would just trickle. And no matter how much love you wanted to give them, it's just trickle. But when we expand their self love, which I feel they have, you can feel this greater amount of love that comes in between the two of you. And it's interesting because, I mean, you've worked on your self-love, so your pipeline is, open, um, but it feels almost odd to you with them in the beginning, which is it's a great odd though, because it's like, how do you say this? Before when you know that you're flooding out a whole bunch and you just get sort of drip back and you're like, "Oh, well," and you're like, you didn't know what it was like to get this tsunami, like this flood of, you know, um, emotion back, and you're just like, "What the hell was that?" You know? And I like it for you, so because they have the capacity to give and receive love too, and, I feel like it's new for you too to have someone so appreciative of the love that you give because again someone that has this big of a pipeline, you're giving all this love and they're going like, gee, thanks, and you're like, really, seriously, after all I've given, you're like, thank you. You're like, wow. But it's because they only got this much of it, and that's why it's like, ordering dinner and someone bringing a little plate with a peanut on it. They're like, "Gee, thanks." And you're like, "I slaved on the stove." You don't realize all that's still on the stove. All they were able to eat is a peanut. And you're just like, how, how rude and unappreciative someone is. But this one, they're just like, oh my gosh, they're blown away too. I like it. So that's what they have for you, their great court. So many blessings to you. Right, and then Magana, what time will you meet the guy you will date in the future? Around what time? Let's take a look here. Well, you got the Page of Swords. So it's when a new story begins in your life here. They're not giving like time frames because it's all ranges and it depends on what you do in your life. The energy you're putting in, the energy they're putting in, it's day-to-day differences, right? If you were to say, well, based on today's energy, you're like June 10th, and then tomorrow's energy, September 5th, and the next day after that, tomorrow, and then you get to tomorrow, whoops, energy changed. All has to do with the joint energies between two people that drum together. There's not like a faded day and time in 99.99999% of the cases. It's all ranges, and it all depends on the choices of the individuals. So much of this life, there's very little faded things. There's a because we love this world of possibilities. There's like, oh wow, we can make different choices. And so with the Page of Swords, this is about looking at your thoughts and beliefs and mindsets around, what you believe. It's important. This is you, getting rid of these, expectations out of your head around who, what, when, where, blah, 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 because those are the things that restrict. Those are the things that slow. It's lower vibration that slows things down. But when you're able to cut away, these fears, these supposed tos and shoulds and need tos and have tos and musts and oughtas and all those things, then there's this freedom that comes in and they can come in sooner. But we're slowing things down when we're focusing on all these thoughts that we've been given about what love is supposed to be, who they're supposed to be, how we're supposed to meet, when we're supposed to meet, who I'm supposed to be, blah, 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 right? Sucks all the air out of the sail, or like a candle when you put something over top and it consumes oxygen, it goes out, right? So it's important here for you to do that and to release those things. And what was the other thing that was going to be happening here around thoughts and beliefs and mindsets? Was there something else you had to say? Was there something? No? Okay. Yeah, so I like it. I like the freedom that comes in, flowing with it, focusing in on doing what you love is important here. I'm going to get a clarify here. I feel like there's something else. Yeah, I got the Queen of Pentacles, so there we go. It's all about Mother Nature, Mother Nurture, nurturing yourself, caring for yourself, with this coming in here. And, it's that means doing what you love, what you're passionate about, going painting, going this, going that, whatever it is, because that's what draws you guys together. That's where you meet each other. It's the environment, right? When you're doing things you love. So the more that you release thoughts and beliefs and you go do the things you love and you take that action, that's what brings you guys in sooner. So I know. I don't have my timing cards out here. I forgot I left them in the one of those bins back there. So maybe next time around, if you haven't met them yet, we can do a timing, see if they'll tell us anything more. But I don't have that right now. All right, Magana, hang in there. Many blessings. All right, and then cool weather. You want anything about your future spouse? So you got the Five of Cups coming in here. And the Five of Cups talks about, a transformation of emotion that they had, um, you know, and I feel like they had this life of focusing in on lower vibrational energies. They had a really tough childhood, and they reached a point. I feel like they even left high school kind of early, because of just they were not things were so bad at home that they actually just end up moving away and taking off when they were like 17. They didn't graduate. But I know it's like, and that's it. Hope you enjoy them. All that to say that this number five of cups with transformation, that they turned it all around. They were like, I could let this take me to my death, like suicidal. I can choose death, or I can say, I'm not gonna it's like this release, like, or I can choose to not be a vessel of pain because of someone else's actions or words or silence or non-actions, and I'm going to, allow myself to, um, turn everything around and not let someone ruin my life and have that power. So they took their power back and they transformed it. They took their power of choice and I feel like they got their GED and they really applied themselves and maybe even went to school. I mean, it just feels like this total transformation. And what's good about all that is that they haven't had it good all their life and they can't handle drama. They had so much drama growing up that they don't sweat the small stuff. They're just like, "That's nothing," compared to what they went through. They're like, "Whatever. I'm not doesn't bother them." And I like that about them. So, that's what's coming in for you, cool weather. All right. So many blessings to you. And then Anju 777, you want to know about the month of May. So you got the Six of Cups coming in here. Six of Cups is this energy of past life connections that are coming in. So I feel like next month, if we've been talking about love coming or you've been searching for love, big possibilities in May coming up here with the Six of Cups. Definitely, you meet someone that you're just like, what is this attraction to each other? Doesn't have to be romantic. I feel like it kind of is, but it doesn't have to be. But it's like you're just drawn because you've had all these past lives together. You just have all this bond, and it is like bumping into a best friend that you haven't seen in a while, right? And it's like, well, hey, and they feel it too. There's this draw that comes together here. So I like that for you for the month of May. So you won't even have to wonder. I wonder if that's them. You're going to be like, wow, look at they're glowing and a rainbow shooting out of their butt. I think that's them. It's going to be that obvious. So that's what's coming in for you, Anju. So many blessings to you. All right. And then morning, you want to know how you are perceived at work. Of course, it's going to be different for every individual person because we all see the world through our own eyes, right? We don't see the world as it is. We see the world as we are. So if I'm in a cranky butt mood, then, everyone looks different to me that day. On the day I got a great, review and a raise and had a great lunch and I had great night's sleep and I feel great, I'm going to think even greater of you, but it's going to vary from person to person, from moment to moment. We'll get the overall general consensus. You're like, just overall, what's the general average of how I'm perceived at work? All right. Yeah. You have the Knight of Swords. So it's like you're a pursuer of knowledge and clarity and communication too. I feel like there's this I see that's where I feel like there's a split. There's people you communicate with and there's other people that you don't communicate with at all. The people that you don't communicate with at all, of course, think like, well, no, they keep to themselves. And the people you do interact with, which have built your trust, they're like, "Oh, no, Chatty Cathy can't shut him up." No, I'm just kidding. But they're like, "No, no, they're very interactive, da, da, da." So, it just shows you that it can change, that, everyone has a different perception of, what communication means, what the job is. Some people have a very high bar, some people have a very low bar, depending on who is, uh, you know, perceiving you. It's going to be a different experience for them. And I like that message because, when we look at, job interviews, if it's your manager, you're wondering, yeah, they're the ones that handle your raise or if they're going to fire you or write you up or whatever. But in the long run, all those humans on the outside world, it's just opinion, and everyone, has an opinion. People that really, really know you inside and out, those opinions we put a little more, we really could put a little more emphasis on them because they know us and, our tendencies and history and different things like that, right? And so they have a better judgment if there's any good judgment at all. They have a more accurate judgment than people that don't know us at all and make rash judgments, not knowing all the information. Who cares what those people think? They make poor decisions. They're choosing, they're making judgments without all the information. Poor decision, poor choice. Why would I want to even care about what you think? Someone that knows me, very well. I'm like, okay, that I'll put more stock in than that. So I like that. Hopefully that helps. All right. So that's what they have for you, morning. Many blessings to you. And then Bonita, will your recertification meeting go good? Let's take a look here. Yeah, you have the Two of Cups. The Two of Cups is, power of emotional choice. So good, is our choice, right? Things just unfold. They're just as a result, whether it's good or bad, is our choice, right? The story we put to it, the emotion I choose. I get to choose all that, right? But, overall, besides that message that they just wanna make sure you're aware that it doesn't matter what happens. You get to decide what it means. You get to decide how you feel in it. Um, Even though we're taught a lot of stuff. Well, if that if it doesn't have this result, then I'm supposed to be mad. I'm supposed to be sad. I'm supposed to be disappointed. Rather than, when that happens, I'm going to choose that to decide that it's always for me. However, anything turns out, it is for me, because it's true. That's really what it is. Everything that unfolds in our life is for us, though sometimes our human doesn't recognize it right away. Later, or when we're back on the other side, we look back and go, "Oh, I know why that happened now." Um, but it's important for you to know that you don't have to be at the whim of an outcome to determine your state of emotions. You get to choose them all the time, and that you get to do it. Um, so they wanted to put that down there because it's a very important truth, and it helps you realize, yeah, I'm powerful. I don't need to, listen to everyone else. But the Two of Cups is also the cup of partnerships and support and smooth and balance. So I feel like it goes well. But they wanted all that first. I know your spirit guides, I swear. Anyway, but that's what they have for you, Benita. So many blessings to you. And then Goldie, you wanted a general reading. Let's see what we got here for you. All right, you got the Emperor. So this is Aries energy. This is movement, power. The emperor is surrounded by a lot of people giving him advice, self-appointed advisors, blah 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 blah. But at some point, the emperor's like, "Thank you, dismissed, and thank you for your advice. I will take it all into consideration as I throw it in the trash." No, I'm just kidding. You know, you can weigh what you've heard and everything, but it comes down to what you're wanting on the inside. You're choosing, what do I want in a situation? Not what I'm supposed to want, or, oh, people are going to be upset if I choose that or whatever. You're like trying to clear all that away and sit and go, what if I could have my dream come true? What would I want in this situation? And then you choose that and you form a plan, and then you take action on that plan. And so there is movement and power, stability that comes with this. Instead of trying to please 100 advisors who have all different opinions and desires, you're not going to be able to. You can't please everyone. Let's see, how did I used to say it? You can't please everyone all at the same time. There's no way you can please everyone once all at the same time, and you can't please one person all the time. So you're going to be disappointing everyone at one point or another. So just choose and do what you want to do, because people are going to have to learn to deal with their own disappointment anyway. You have, right? So they can too. And I like this for you. So stepping forward and choosing what you're wanting, putting action around it, and do it. Do it. All right. So that's their message for you, Goldie. And then up next, we got Lynx Lee. So, Lynx Lee, you want to know who is coming towards you. You got the Three of Pentacles. So, it is someone that is true to their authentic self. And it is someone that does enjoy the same things that you do, some of the things that you do, because the Three of Pentacles is about staying true to your authentic self, not being drawn off your path by, oh, I think this person wants me to do this, or they'll hate me if I don't do that, blah, blah, blah. This is about you going, you know what? I want to go do pottery, and I'm going to go to a pottery place that has a potter's wheel and clay and a kiln and paints and all that. And I'm going to go make something. And when you go do that, lo and behold, you meet someone doing what you love, not because you're like full of clay, hardly, if you were, no makeup, your hair all a mess, or however, right? It's like at our rawest, because we're like, "Ugh, I'm not going to meet anyone there." And boom, you do. Now, don't wear makeup. You're like, oh, in that case, I'm going to, make sure everywhere I go, just be true to you, be your authentic self, because that's what they fall for. They don't like people who are all glitzed up, you know, doing clay. They want someone who's raw and real and can let themselves, you know, go when it's like, oh, let's go camping, and oh no, I can't. We have to stay in a hotel, or they want someone who's real, and this is who you meet in doing that. So be true to your authentic self. They're being true to their authentic selves, and that's where you meet them. So I like it. Follow your passions. All right. So many blessings. And then soul searching vibe, anything you need to know. So you got the death and the rebirth card coming in here. So there's a significant change coming, not to be afraid of it, because, it's like a tower. You know that it's like the old phoenix bird in Harry Potter, um, where it was getting old and ragged and tired, and it just caught up in flames and turned into ashes, and then it was a rebirth because it was reborn, full of energy and youthfulness and power, and that's what's coming in here. There's some changes that are coming. I feel like at least one significant change. Two skulls is really standing out, so there might be two, but they are significant because they're obstacles that get moved out of your way, allowing you this rebirth, this starting into something brand new that is expansive for you. We have the new moon is also standing out for me there. So I feel like we just had a new moon solar eclipse on Monday. So it'll be about, we're almost to Monday. So it's like 3 weeks ish or so is I feel like when the first thing reveals itself. And then, I feel like the full moon after that, so 2 weeks later, so one hits 1 week, and then 2 weeks later on the full moon, around the full moon, it hits, and then you have this new birth that starts with because of it. So I like it for you. It is very, very, yeah, you can even see I didn't even see if we can get it to focus here. They have a baby or 2. Let's see, I'll focus for a sec there. There it goes. Yeah, she has 2 babies. So 2 deaths, 2 rebirths that come in here, and they're for you. So just trust those as they come here. But the next new moon and full moon, I feel like are when they come into your awareness. So there you go. Many blessings to you. And then angel blessings. You are up. Any blessings coming to you. Always, always, always. Yeah, especially the 8 of Pentacles. You really been putting in the work and the blood, the sweat, the tears. So you definitely have this, energy of abundance coming in. I don't know why these cards are, maybe it's the glare from over there. There it goes a little bit. So you do have this, um, you know, things are starting to churn in your outside world that are bringing things towards you. So whatever you've been putting in, investing in work and the blood, the sweat, the tears, this is the benefit that's coming your way. So, and I feel like there's multiple blessings that are coming because of it. That the 8 is really standing out to me. So I feel like it's like boom and then boom, and can see like they're all connected, you know, by a little rope. So it's all and then done and then done and then done and then done and then done. So it's almost like it becomes a monthly for 8 months, like once a month you're getting boom, 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 boom. So you do have that coming in, for I feel like starting is it starting this month? Yeah, yeah, because one of them already is ahead and you're working on one right now. So I feel like one starts this month, and then for the next 7 months, you do have these blessings coming in that stand out as blessings, because we can look and we're so blessed if we look around, electricity and air conditioning and heating and plumbing and refrigeration and internet and microphones and I've got 2 eyes that see, 2 eyes that hear. We got all that stuff, right? So I like this for you. Um, and that's what they have. So easy breezy, short and easy. Well, not really, but many blessings to you. Many blessings are coming to you. All right. And then a new 3 messages from your future spouse. You got the 5 of Wands. So, the 5 of Wands is there's this energy of it's conflict energy that turns into something more loving. And it's funny. It's like they're saying that when you guys meet, I feel like you guys are kind of feisty, kind of a little bit sassy to one another. Just feel like the environment that you meet, you guys are just very hyper at this time when you meet. A lot of energy going on. Maybe it's at a celebration or a gathering, wedding, or something like that where you guys meet, and it's just the atmosphere of party, party, party. And so you're a little more. Maybe you guys are a little tipsy too, but if you drink, but I just feel like you guys are a little more on fire than normal. And so they say something and you're like, "Oh, really? Well, bzz." And they're like, "Oh, someone who can stand their ground." And he's like, "Well, zzz," zipping back and forth. And you're like, "Really? Well, blah, blah, blah," you know? And it's playful and it's bantering and it starts off that way, this fireness, but he likes it. And you like it too because you don't want someone who's boring, and that wants you to be a quiet, silent, submissive type, right? You want someone that celebrates who you are, and they like it too. They're like, "Yeah, I don't want someone that's just like a slave. I want someone who holds their own with me, challenges me," and they like it, and this is where the spark happens. So, I like that for you, so don't hold back, be yourself. If people can't handle it, then that shows you that's not them. Alright, so very good in News 3. Many blessings to you, and then smooth life, person on your mind's message. So we got the Hierophant here, which the Hierophant is all about the soul, our higher self drawing us to see things from a different perspective, to see the capital T truths of what we want in life, who we want to be, who we want to be with, and all of that. And I feel like they just want you to know that they're in this um, process of really reevaluating their life to try to understand what it is that they're wanting and all of that. But there's also this message of they're saying, and you might want to do that for you too, to really make sure, go inward and find out who do I truly want to be in this life? What do I truly want in this life? Not what I'm supposed to and should and blah, 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 but in the soul, what is it? Who is it? What do I want? Who do I want to be with? That as well. So I feel like there's this, they're on this internal journey and they're encouraging you to do the same, because um, it's what will bring a lot of super, of course, clarity into your life and theirs. And that's they are being cryptic with that, but they're like, that's what they want you to know. Is you might want to do that too. Wink, wink. So there you go. They winked at you. Whoops. Sorry, I didn't mean to slap my microphone there. All right, smooth life. That's what they have for you. So many blessings. And then Mezzy BP, you are up next. Let me just see how many more we have here. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I got 7 more. So hang in there, everybody. So Mezzy BP, what's happening with your Libra man in you? Well, you have the judgment card here, which is your higher self calling each of your higher selves calling you to a higher place. And what that usually means is that there's this pulling inward and upward from both of your higher selves for you to guys to really look at and understand what is my true calling of life? What do I truly want? This is this reflective energy, kind of like we just had with the Hierophant just a moment ago. And it's, this draw, this understanding, this clarity, this getting out of our heads and getting out of expectations and getting into our hearts. And I feel like that's what's coming in here. Of course, your Libra man is all about the thinking and the clarity. So we'll go figure. But there's this energy that's coming in. They're just, figuring out what it is they truly want. What is my life purpose? And how does everything fit into it? And I feel like that's what's going on with that is they're just really looking into all that. And I feel like, you've been feeling that tug too to really understand what is it that you want and what fits into that dream of your life. Your true dream, not the dream that you were given, but a dream of, your higher heart and soul, not the inherited one. All right, so that's what's coming in, Mezzy. So many blessings to you. Then Pinky, want to know Raju's intentions towards you. We got the 8 of Wands. So passion, 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 and more passion, a lot of passion. So it's mainly physical attraction, energetic attraction. They don't have, you know, the ability to give a lot of emotion, a lot of external things, but they're just drawn, for the intimacy, for the passion and connection that way, but not heart, not I just don't feel like there'll be a lot of communication. Like you want someone you can communicate every day, and I feel like they are really motivated by intimacy and by their passions right now at this point in their life. And it's just because that's all they know for themselves, that's all they can offer. They don't have a lot of love for themselves and respect and all this stuff for themselves. They can't give it to anyone, right? They have to have it for themselves first. Right now, that's all they can offer is passion. There you go, Pinky. So if that's good enough for you, all right, that'll do. If not, you might want to look elsewhere. All right. So many blessings. And then, cutie, any potential relationship coming for you here? You've got the justice card coming in here. It's the number 8 in this deck. But, there's this balancing out. I feel like there is a, potential relationship coming towards you, but it's in the future more because with this Ace of Swords and the balancing of the scales, this is about looking at your, how you perceive love, how you look at love, all your expectations, thoughts, beliefs, mindsets, all these things around all of that. What does it mean? What does it mean? And it's about seeing things from a higher perspective, cutting away these small t truths that are rooted in fear, fear of losing love, fear of rejection, fear of failure, all that stuff. And it's like clearing this stuff out, getting out of your head into your high heart and your higher mind, instead of the physical heart and the physical human mind, that's full of all the fear and all the rules and blah blah blah, right? The more you look into that, the more you question, why do I want this, and what fears do I have around it? The more you clear them out, the more your love vibration raises, and the faster things happen, and the sooner that they're drawn to you. But it's important for you to really look at, what do I want from a relationship and why, and is it really necessary, and what fears do I have around that? So I feel like that's what they want you to know right now. All right, cutie. Yay, homework. Right, many blessings. And then Nelia Medeiros, you were a new subscriber. You did have a paid donation reading. Thank you. But you also asked for a general reading, so I'm giving you your general reading. And you have the Ace of Pentacles. So the Ace of Pentacles does show you that you have some new opportunities that are coming your way here. And these new opportunities are triggered because of a new way of looking at your self-worth and how you look at your value in relationship to the world. Because you're changing from defining yourself by the outside world, relationships, situations, and things which we call retail price. It's what value I think others have on me, right? When we're out there, we eventually end up on the clearance rack. When we turn for our self-worth, capital S self-worth, we turn inward and upward, and discover we're priceless, because a foundation of your worth, you are becoming connected with the eternal, unconditional love of the higher realms. That defines me. I'm priceless. When I define myself by the outside world, clearance, as they used to have with Kmart store here in the United States, they used to have the blue light special. Little cart they'd move around with a little blue light, and they would turn it on in the middle of the day, and there was a special that was good for 30 minutes only, or 10 minutes, and you can go get it at, a reduced price. That's where we end up with. So I like this for you, this new opportunity that's opening up, because your feelings of self-worth is changing, and that's what draws that in. So I like it for you, Nelia, and that's what they have. So many blessings to you. And then we've got Nat Nat. Hello, Nat Nat. So you'd like to know David's thoughts of you here. All right. Well, we got the Page of Pentacles. So their thoughts here, the Pages of Pentacles is about a new new opportunity opening up in the outside world. And I feel like what their thoughts are right now, if this resonates, is I want to give it another try. We can try this again, if that makes sense. This is what they're thinking right now, but that's based on current energies. I feel like they can change day to day for some reason. But it's like they're thinking, there can be another opportunity. Give it another go. Try again. This is the kind of energy that's coming through. So hopefully that makes sense to you. But that's what I feel like is the main theme that they're wanting you to know right now. All right. So that's what they got for you, Nat. So many blessings to you. And then, sorry, I was moving it. Ateshi Singh, you are up. So when will that prayer be answered in the physical world? Let's take a look here. Well, you've got the Fool's card here, which is the first card in the major arcana, the zero. It's the brand new beginning, a brand new adventure. So the prayer is answered when there's this ending of old cycles, this beginning of a new cycles, new adventures. There's a significant ending and beginning that's happening. Either there's, someone leaves your life, you change jobs, you change locations, whatever it is, it's a significant life change because it's a major arcana. And with that, when you make this leap to make this change, that's when the prayer gets answered. But it's you stepping forward and initiating whatever change this may be, is what ignites the prayer being answered. So hopefully that makes sense. It is also letting go of old expectations, old ways, all of the supposed to, shoulds, and need tos, have tos, must, because all those things, you know, make it difficult for prayers to be answered, difficult for miracles to happen. When we just let everything else go, we open up the possibilities huge, and there's so many things that can happen. So I feel like that's an important piece too. So it's the when is not a place in time as much as a time when you make these choices and you do this. Because in spirit world, they're like, we're on soul time. We're eternal beings. What's the rush? What's the rush? So you get to have that unfold accordingly. And that's great because it's in your hands and that's where you want it. All right. So that's what they have for you, Ateshi. So many blessings to you. And then the last reading for this session is John V. Gavandi, 27. If I missed anyone, my deepest apologies. After I'm done here, I will post a note, comment, and pin it with the order in which the readings were completed. All right, so Javandi, you want some guidance? Let's see what a spirit wants you to know. Yeah, they definitely. Hermit, they want to guide you. They're the ones that are usually in the lantern up here. So the Hermit card is about taking time away. Get away from the chaos, get away from everything. If you can get out into nature, get away from all the noise. Get still, get quiet. Take a lot of deep breaths. Let emotions take their course. Let them get out of your system. And then listen. Ask for guidance. Ask for clarity. You just have to ask of your own free will, and they'll bring you synchronicities. They'll bring you answers. They'll drop things into your head, into your memory, into your heart, energy, into your physical world. You'll get synchronicities all over the place. So it's important that you step away from whatever situation that you're in so you can gain a clearer perspective of everything. And they will guide you with all of that. That's there. Anything else? Yeah, Page of Cups. Trust your heart, trust your heart and get out of your head is part of all that too. All right. So hopefully that helps a little bit there. But that is what we have. So thank you guys again for all your patience in getting to your free readings. And thank you for all the thumbs up if you are enjoying these. Like I said, I will post a comment real quick here with the order in which all the readings were completed. I will be back in about an hour for my evening session at 6 p.m. Mountain Time. And then also tomorrow morning at 11 a.m. Mountain Time, if you'd like to join me then. Until then, remember, every second of every day of your life, you are unconditionally loved by the Mother and the Father of all things, our Creator. Of course, I love you too. So until I see you guys again, much love. You hang in there. Enjoy the rest of your day or night, wherever you may be in the world, and we'll see you soon. Take care.